Hey there, my name is Julie. I like to talk about spiritual stuff. And recently I saw this post by an older woman who was saying, like, what are the younger people doing with their curly hair these days? So I read the thread because I was like, oh yeah, my curly hair is totally out of control lately too. You know, with these just frizzy look and flyaways if I put it in the up and just... So anyways, after reading the thread, maybe I should have done the scrunching while it was still wet, but I did not. So I've just taken my bun out, which I wore since I got out of the shower this morning, and now I'm doing the scrunching with this delicious smelling island oil. So it's just scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Look at my hair, oh my gosh. It's the winter and everything gets dry. My skin gets a little drier, my hair gets a little drier. And this oil does not seem to be forming my curls, and so maybe I do need to apply it when the hair is still wet. Like, there's some dampness, barely, in the back. Alright, so that's that. See this new growth of hair. Even when I put it all up, there's like this new growth of hair. Like if the wind blows my hair in the car, all these little new growths start like sticking out, looking all wiry and crazy. So I've started to pull those down and wear them like they're bangs, just so they don't like look all frizzy and crazy like my hair looks right now, like this bit. Let's see. One more scrunchy scrunch with the oil in that spot. A little bit more back here. So yeah, crazy hair, don't care, but trying to care. I've gone through periods of like straightening it. Doesn't really appeal to me all the time. But it does look, neater when I do that. I don't think it's the best thing for it, right? To run a hot straightener over it every day. I think what could help is to just take each section and like twirl it and like help the curls come back that way. But that's like gonna take a lot of time. It's gonna take time, a whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it right now. You know that song? Alright, so I was thinking, what do I have to say? I don't know. I mean, I'm in the middle of some sort of realization I'm trying to have, but I don't know what it is about, and no conclusions yet, so I can't really talk about it because I don't know what I'm talking about. That could be the case anytime I talk, though. Let's Gonna take time, a whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it right now. Alright, we're looking a little better here. This helping the curls and formulate is helping, I would say. Giving it sections. We'll just do a few more of these, and I was thinking about doing a reading. So I had a nap at like 7 o'clock. It's probably a mistake, 7 p.m. I'm talking about. Alright. It's better. I have tamed the hairdo. And let's do a reading. And I'm just pulling up the oracle on my phone because I have it in my app. It's the companionjulie.com app that I created as a self-healing tool, a trauma healing companion for anyone who might feel like they could use a little bit of support but don't have it. Anybody who is considering themselves sovereign and working on themselves because they recognize some unhelpful subconscious patterns have been holding them back. That's what my app is for. But it also has an oracle with 11 card pickers on one page. There are several other card pickers throughout the app, but even available to the free members is the oracle from the home page. And that's what we're going to look at right now. And I don't usually start with the self-care spread, but that's what we're going to do now. The self-care deck. Doing well, being open to a solution. Add more self-esteem. Too much, go outside. Interesting. Give to self, sage. I haven't saged in a while. I really would like to, but I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to accidentally set the fire alarm off at 11 o'clock at night. Give away, clean up. Give away means like allow for others or give to others. Solution, find out more. Okay. So that's interesting. Doing well is being open to a solution, and the solution is to find out more. So it looks like we're in the same place if I say that I'm trying to realize something. I'm being open to realizing something right now. So this reading, I'm not going to read it as if it's for me because I don't want to get my own biases in the way. But I will definitely come back and listen to this reading later and take what I can from it for myself. You know, only take what parts resonate as true for you, of course. But let's see. All right. So there's definitely something about cleaning something up here. Because sage cleans the energy, and, you know, lifting your self-esteem has to do with cleaning up any of the negative thought patterns or beliefs about yourself that keep you in a lesser self-esteem. Let's go to the advice deck next. Supportive resources, hold the vision. Change is needed, intention. Oh, interesting. Add more, Saturn. I was just reading that Saturn has been in retrograde, and it's going to get out of retrograde in 2 days. What to surrender, 10th house. That's your career. Surrender the change at work, or to a change at work. Opportunity loops, meaning like this is going to keep looping for you to notice the pattern of it, so don't worry about that. Action to take, Capricorn. So Saturn rules Capricorn. So it's really talking about making some structure here. Change is needed, your intention. So there's something you intend that is not in the highest good of all. Interesting. There's something you intend that is not in the highest good. Let's say in your highest good. I mean, Saturn's going to break any structures that aren't meant to be in your life. And this might have to do with your career front. Your public standing, your reputation, how you're seen. Or not seen, I just heard. Now I'm going to go to the astrology deck. Heart of the matter, swindle. Influencing on a practical level, flora. Sorry, I gotta take my socks off because I'm getting a little bit warm. Influencing on an emotional level, melancholia. So these are asteroid names so far. Looks like the whole reading is going to be asteroid names and then one moon placement, but let me go on. Opportunity, Fama, which is a representation of your reputation. Challenging factor, Vera, which is the truth. Balance out, last quarter moon. This is a cycle that's trying to close, and it's just that there's some sort of lie here, and it could be something that you believe due to somebody else telling you. On a practical level, it makes sense that this is the end of a cycle and that you're going to be starting something new. You may have even already tried to start something new. But on an emotional level, there's still something that's kind of clouding things up and getting a little bit in the way. And it may be how you feel about yourself. There's an opportunity to change that and maybe even change your reputation as a result. Maybe even get recognition. The challenging factor is seeing the truth of this. It's difficult for you to see this truth. Okay. I guess because it's a lie. What is the... I'm going to go to the concepts deck now. What is the truth? What is the truth and what is the lie? How are we going to pose this question? Hold on. What is the lie that's being seen as the truth? What is the lie that's being seen as the truth? I have to keep repeating the question so I don't forget it. What is the lie that is being seen as the truth? What is the lie that is being seen as the truth? 6 months is your environment. How this affects you, accept. An underlying issue, free will. Change is needed, fate. What helps, reprioritize. What hinders, foolish. What is the lie that's being seen as the truth? The lie is... Wow. I feel very unclear on this, and maybe it's because this is something that I've been yet unable to see. But I want to say this and see if it feels true when I say it. So forgive me. I may have to retract what I say right now if it doesn't feel true when I say it. I have to say it to know. Because in my mind, it feels a little bit unclear. So here's what I'm going to say. The lie that's being taken as the truth is that You have free will. That you can choose what you're going to do and focus on and accomplish. It's like you haven't yet accepted that there is a fate. And therefore you have not prioritized following that destiny or fate that is meant for you. There's a path that you're on, and you keep thinking you can do something else. And it's not like you're trying to say, oh, I don't want that path. I don't even think you really understand or know what that path is. I just think that you're set on this other path, and you're like, no, I'm going to do this. And it's not wrong that you've done that, right? But it's a process of realizing that there's something here that's like destined for you. It's like, no, this is what you're going to be doing. Or this is the direction that you meant to go in as a soul, as a being here on earth having an experience as a human. And yeah, the thought that I had right before I started the recording today was like, it popped into my head about, because I was thinking, what am I going to talk about? And I had this thought like, well, I don't really know what to talk about because I don't even know the difference between what I'm meant to do and what I'm able to decide I want to do by myself. So right before I started this recording, I literally had this thought of what this reading is saying. Which is, there's a fated path. You think you're meant to be doing this, but actually it's this. You think you can just go in this direction, but actually there's something else you need to do. At least first, if not instead. Okay. All right. How is this person thinking about their career? I'm going to use the dark or the light of it. Dark or light. And basically this deck is designed to let you know that the way you're thinking about it, are you in the light thinking about that? Like, is it the truth or is it clouded by shadows? So how is this person thinking about I'm going to focus on career just because we did get the 10th house here. How is this person currently thinking about their career? Your perception is that you've reached the destination. Your intention is to answer the calling. Now remember, we said that your intention, you intend to do something that is not something you're meant to do. And your intention is that you answered the calling. So in this case, it's saying like, you think that you already did something that you were meant to do. Yeah, you think you already did something that you're meant to do. Your actions, untrustworthy friend. Your thoughts, take care. Maybe you've been having difficulty trusting other people and being extra cautious with it. Your conclusion, check nutrition. So maybe you're aware of something affecting you in like your environment, something that's not so good for you. I'm going to like broaden the idea of nutrition to be like just anything. Eat like lotions, oils, vitamins, something. Your feelings align with highest self. And if it's saying to align with your highest self, it means that you're not yet aligned there. Okay. So there's something to process emotionally. Let's look at root cause then. What is it that needs to be processed emotionally here? confusion, unknown cause, confusion. You don't realize that you're confused about this. Known cause, deceptive. There is a lie here. Influencing outcomes, self-loathing. It has to do with how you feel about yourself. You're not lining up with the truth because all you can line up with is the equivalent of how you feel about yourself. You feel like this about yourself, so you can't line up with this path that's meant for you because you can only line up with this path that matches the amount of self-esteem you have. So it's like a matter of loving yourself more, thinking higher of yourself. Lighter influence, distance. Like I was showing this as a distance, like your path that you're meant to be on, and then you're like here, and it's like you would think, if you were to think about this path, you would think that's too far away from where I am now. You did well to resolve depersonalization. And what's assisting you is being selfish, meaning like focusing on yourself right now is very important and is appropriate. It's helping you out right now. So when I look at being focusing on yourself and self-loathing, I'm thinking there might be a pride issue. Okay? There might be a pride issue here. Let's look at the scenarios deck. I hardly ever use that deck. I'm being drawn to it now. Let's see if it can give us any clues. Situation, moving on, travel, mentally getting to a better place. Okay. Contributing factor, fool and miracles. Surrender, emotional. Opportunity, paying attention to detail, focus, and practice. Yeah, there was a reprioritization that it was being called for. Consider nightmares, problems, worry, and guilt. Like, consider, where is that coming from? You know? What fears are trying to show themselves to you right now that are in you? Embrace, giving up, victimization, and martyrdom. It's like when you realize the deception that's here, it might feel like you have to give something up, that you've been victimized, or that, you know, there's been some martyrdom on your part. It may be different for different people. Interesting. I want to do the concepts again with a new question. So, please be more specific about what is the actual lie and deception. What is the actual lie and deception? Your environment, interference. How this affects you, trust self. Yeah, it is some sort of outside thing that convinced you of something that's not true. This can be an issue if you do participate in readings, right? Because something could feel resonant with you but not be your truth. And if you were to adopt it as your truth and it's not your truth, that could set you off into the wrong direction, right? An underlying issue, 5 days. Change is needed, unconscious. So you're not conscious yet of the changes needed. What helps? Affected health. Whatever health issue you may be experiencing, look for the root cause of it, because that is going to be tied to what is going on for you, right? It's like, okay, so when you have like a knee injury, sometimes that can mean that you are having trouble moving forward. There's metaphysical correlation to the ails that we experience in our body. And this is something you can look up online. The metaphysical correlation to whatever it is you're experiencing. And when you find that, it could give you clues about what this is for you, what the actual lie is. What hinders renegotiated? Like trying to just adjust the version of what you have to a different version of that same thing is not going to solve this. This is more like a realization that comes with clarity, you know? So don't just be like, oh, well, this is the wrong thing, so I'm going to adjust that, you know, and just tweaking it up a little, reprioritizing it without having clarity. No, this realization that you are looking for is going to come with clarity. You will have clarity, then you will know, then you will move on. So that is what you're getting ready for, is clarity. What can help this person with clarity? What can help with clarity? Heart of the matter, Loki. I love Loki. Okay. You know, being aware of tricksters, being sharp, influencing on a practical level, Justitia is influencing on an emotional level, Lilith. Thinking about emotional manipulations. In what ways have your emotions been manipulated in order to help or make you believe this lie? Opportunity, Lamia. It's somewhere where you haven't wanted to see the full darkness of something. Challenging factor, heliocentric. I mean, the challenge is that this is what you came in to experience. Like, as a soul, in this incarnation, you knew that this would be a stumbling block for you. You knew this would be a place where it would be like, I don't see clearly, I need to see clearly, and that you might hold on to this lie, rather than see the truth right away. Balance out Eros. Are you in touch with your passion, your real, true passion? Or have you been performing something that you felt like was true for you, was your truth, that wasn't really your truth? How can this person see the lie? Supportive resources, deception. So just knowing that there's a lie is going to help you see it. Changes needed, soulmate. Add more rest. Rest more, guilt less. What to surrender, strength. Overcompensating. Yeah, I mean, it takes work to keep this up. Opportunity, balance. Action to take, 7th house. 7th house is partnerships. And it can also be hidden enemies? No. Known enemies. There was something here about not trusting friendships, right? Let me look for that. Yeah. Untrustworthy friend. What's the truth about the friend or soulmate? What's the truth about the friend or soulmate? Supportive resources now. They may force you to be in presence. Changes needed, Leo. Your self-expression, your bringing your heart to the matter. Add more Mercury. Either conversation or just intelligence. What to surrender, weakness scan. Maybe this person makes you feel inferior. Like there's some belief that you have about the interactions you have with someone that makes you feel like you're lesser. I feel like I did a video recently on this where I was like, if you have someone that you feel inferior to, that's directly an indication of a wound that you have. It's a gift that they're giving you. Opportunity, creative expression. So however you've been expressing yourself, it's like you have an opportunity to get a little bit more creative, which would come through your passion, which would actually lead you to what it is that you're meant to do, that higher path. So your heart, your passion can get you there. What you've been doing is sort of more performative. Action to take, tower. Let what's not true crumble. It's going to crumble anyway. I mean, Saturn has been giving you a chance to see it more clearly right now. Well, Saturn's in retrograde, but Saturn goes forward again in 2 days. So you could just take this from, as a timeless reading. Whenever you're seeing this, just know that Saturn will be making sure that the structures that are not true do fall. So you may experience a tower moment, which means everything kind of crumbles and you gotta start again. I mean, that's happening for you anyway. You're getting a fresh start. You're not being allowed to go on and build more in this place that's not meant for you. In the state that's not meant for you. Because if you put the ingredients of lower self-worth into what you're building, it's going to crumble. Okay. Let me think. Anything else here? Tell me more about the friendship that's no good. Heart of the matter, Isis. Influencing on a practical level, Dionysus. They might party too much. Influencing on an emotional level, 3H. They could be a neighbor. They could be a sibling's friend. There could be a lot of communication with them or none. Opportunity, Damocles. You don't know the risk of this. I think the opportunity is to avoid getting burned by realizing the truth of something. Challenging factor, Jupiter. I mean, Jupiter's this benevolent thing that kind of makes everything bigger, louder, more. And it might feel really exciting. And you might mistake that for passion. Balance out, Draconic. Balance out what your soul really wants, with what you're doing. Get in touch with your soul here. This friend's going to put you at risk. They might feel exciting and new and fresh, but this is something your soul is trying to heal from other lifetimes. You've had interactions with this person before in other lifetimes, and it did not go well for you. And this is a chance for you to see the truth. And there's all these clues because you're being sort of guided and protected from going that same old path. What's the truth of the other person? The so-called soulmate or friend. The truth is that the way you get through this is to be true to yourself. That you feel trusting, because you feel trusting of the process, because you feel led into it. It feels fated. It feels like a soulmate. It's not grounded in truth. Change is needed, effort. Like, you've got to work to get out of this. Why? Because you're probably in one of the 7 deadly sins. What helps? Special talent. You getting yourself out of this makes you realize what your actual special talent is. What that creative expression is that gets you up to that path that's meant for you. Getting out of this situation is the same exact thing that gets you to your path. That's why this is all part of it. You're still on your path. It's just that this particular conundrum puts you in a position to have to do the thing that will make you realize what your special talent is. And it does say that your human family can hinder. So you could be distracted because, those who know you and your human family and stuff, like, they expect you to be the way that you are now. You fit in with them now. But this whole reason that you're not dreaming that big, that you're not realizing that that path is meant for you, is because they wouldn't either. They wouldn't think that path was for you either, because you guys would tend to think small, because you all kind of have that same energy, the foundational energy, which lacks complete self-esteem. Yeah, and in this case, it's making you fall in with some sort of outside interference from another person, and it's done through either the mind, could be telepathy, and it's playing on a weakness in your self-esteem. It's the only reason it can be there, and it is not good for you. And it is letting you play small because it's letting you think that you've already accomplished what you needed to. And it's keeping you confused because maybe you're not getting the results that you thought you would. You are still open to a solution. There is more to know. So it's not true that you'll be kept from what you're meant for. It's just that you haven't quite realized what it is that you're really meant to do. And you have a lot of obstacles on the path. This other person, this deception, the thinking that you've done it already, maybe even wanting certain results for the fruits of your labor thus far. Maybe, contending with the pushback from family members or others as expectations, distractions. Like, you're in the last leg of a long, marathon, and there's a lot of obstacles. That's why being in presence and staying in the moment is going to help you, because you're most likely to hear the truth from spirit and from your own heart. Stop looking for the ways that you can't do it and realize you can and you will. You can and you will. Wow. This is exciting. You guys, I can't wait to watch this reading back and see what I think of it. What do you think? I'm going to end it there. Thanks for hanging out with me.